it says it is live streaming.
It's doing what?
I believe it. But last time it said it was live streaming, it just didn't push to LinkedIn. So I guess we're going to see this week if it goes to LinkedIn or not. I guess we'll find out.
So.
All right, here we go.
Here's
the intro. Oh wait, hang on. I gotta. Step one. Share the audio. There we go. Share the audio. Try it again.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Earl and the Idiot. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another week of pure idiocy. No, I'm just kidding. 50% idiocy.
50%.
Yeah, adulterated idiocy. Idiocy mixed with genius.
So
how are you doing, Earl?
I think that's a really good segue into how we came up with today's episode.
We'll get to that in 1 second.
Okay.
But first, how are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm doing great. We're doing the boat thing tomorrow, so I'm always excited for boat day.
Boat day.
Boat day. So hashtag on a boat.
Hashtag on a boat. I gotta bring my, maybe when the weather's nicer, I'll bring my boat hat.
Oh, I have a straw hat from Focused. That's all focused. It's all focused. Everything. Oh, here.
Is it branded? Like it actually says?
My mug today is branded Focused. If I don't piss off my green screen, and on the other side it says the smell of profit acceleration. If I don't keep tapping my green screen with the back of my head. So
is the smell of profit acceleration? That's coffee. That's what it smells like.
Well, this one's tea, so I guess it's tea.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
More specifically, Earl Grey tea. So the smell of profit acceleration smells like Earl, apparently. There you go. Hey, I'm wearing gray. Okay.
Oh my God.
We're done. And we're done.
The tie-ins just keep on coming.
This is terrible.
All right.
All right.
Good. Yes. So in Earl and the Idiot news, the latest news is the robots have taken over.
Right. I for one welcome our new robot overlords.
Yeah. Don't fight it.
Yeah.
Don't fight it. You know, they say if you're ever in war and an Apache helicopter comes up over the horizon, they say don't run, you'll just die tired.
That's great.
Embrace the robot overlords. So we turned it over to Chat GPT. Do you know what the GPT stands for, by the way?
I forgot. I did, but then I forgot.
This seems important now. It's a weird name for it. Did they get AI to come up with a name?
Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, AI, come up with a name for yourself. Too many acronyms flying around. So anyway, we turned it over to our future Lord and Master Chat GPT to come up with our topic today. And then not only topics, but then you drilled down to subtopics too, right?
Yeah. So I actually asked the AI, hey, come up with 10 topics to talk about in a business podcast. And I came up with 10. I just grabbed the first one and I asked, hey, come up with speaking points for this topic for a podcast. And it did. And then to boot, the hack of the week, I actually asked it from the previous request, what's one hard-hitting tip for marketing for small businesses that should be the highlight of the podcast show? So I even took the hack of the week. AI generated. So it's all AI generated, this entire show.
It's kind of hackception though, right? Because like your hack was to get Chat GPT to come up with your hack.
Yeah. So that, oh my God, it's crazy. So it came up with a bunch of ideas that we should talk about. It came up with ideas for our idea for subtopics to talk about. And so what I'm proposing is we keep the 10 topics. We're going to do one of them today. And then we put the other 9 on one of those spinny wheel things on the internet. We just spin the wheel and whatever it pops up with, that's what we're going to do next week.
Oh, there's online spinny wheels, eh?
Yeah.
Of course there are. Why did I think it didn't exist? Of
course there's online spin. This is how you make decisions now. So what we do is I make a list of restaurants that we haven't gone to yet. I put it on the spinny wheel. and all the restaurants that are on my wife's approved list. She's like, hey, I want to go to all these places. Okay, cool. And then we just spin the spinning wheel. What do you want to eat? Don't know. Spinning wheel.
Tick, 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 tick. Brilliant.
And we let fate decide and gravity decide.
And AI, fate and friction. Fate and friction. That sounds like that sounds like the biography of a porn star or something, doesn't it?
a little bit. Borrowed some friction from a random stranger.
Borrowed some friction from a stranger. That's Dave Chappelle, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. There you go. Well read. Well, comedic.
I know my comedians. I definitely know my comedians.
A man of culture.
So before we get into what AI has told us to get into, but I first have to ask you a question. You just showed me there's a thing that'll build a website with AI, and I said my job's in trouble. You said no, it's not. Why don't you allay our fears? That, like, if you ask this program to come up with stupid questions to ask for smart answers, I'm out of work immediately, aren't I?
Well, okay. So
why should I not be afraid?
See my screen. I'm just going to switch over here. I'll bring it up. So I literally asked the AI to, hey, make me a business page around business coaching and consulting. And it built this. It actually called it Growth Mark, Achieving Business Growth with Expert Coaching and Consulting. And it made this entire page.
It called it Growth. It came up with the name Growth Mark?
It came up with the name Growth Mark. It came up with the
headline.
Name. It came up with all the pictures. Of course, it's like weird virus things and like down, but so you want to grow up, not down, and you don't want viruses. So I mean, it looks good at first, and then the deeper you look, every single time, it's like, oh, that looks worse. That looks worse.
Yeah, I didn't analyze the picture at first. I was like, oh, that's a good picture. That's perfect. And I was like, oh yeah.
Then I asked
you pointed out, it's viruses and the stats going down.
Hey, Mr. AI, would you please make me Lily's website? So you guys know that we're going to make a website for the bird.
Yeah,
I asked it, hey, make me a fan page for the bird. And all it did was this. It just made the ultimate cockatiel fan page. It called it Cockavids. And it made discover all kinds of cockatiel content, connect with other cockatiel lovers. So this is exactly what the AI did. Join our community of fans that love cockavids. Now, if it was missing the A between cocka and vids, this would be a very different website, just saying.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I tried another website builder. So this one's called Mixo.io. And I tried another one, and it's called Durable. And again, I gave it the name Lily the Birdie, and it just made this generic kind of crappy page that looks kind of just terrible. But it makes a bunch of fake testimonials. It makes a bunch of just custom random boxes for content, slaps a map on there, contact us, about us. It writes the about us page for you, which is interesting.
About us is I'm a bird. What does it say?
I don't know. About us. Hello, everyone. I'm the owner of Lily the Birdie, a small business based in the beautiful city of Vancouver, BC. I'm here to tell you about our fan page and the services we offer. Huh. So at Lily the Birdie, we specialize in creating unique and one-of-a-kind bird houses. Bird feeders. It just made some stuff up, right? So wow. I'm like, oh, okay. I asked it for a fan page, not a bird feeder, bird house maker page, but who knows? But anyways, so don't worry, your job is safe. As far as I'm concerned, both the Lily the Birdie and the business coaching sites were partial fails because of the virus picture in the background and the down arrow. It's like, wait, you want to grow your business, not tank it because viruses. So I think it kind of feels
like our job is going to be curating and correcting AI content rather than making it from scratch.
There was a really good quote I shared on LinkedIn the other day. It was, you're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by another human who can use AI better than you can.
Right.
So
that's wise. That's wise. All right. Well, removing our own ability to think and just turning it over to AI, let's dive right into it.
Excellent.
Today's topic, number one most important topic, courtesy of ChatGPT, is marketing strategies for small businesses. Yeah.
So this was the remix. So I had to do it once. I'm like, okay, those are pretty good. Then there's a remix button. I'm like, what happens if you push that? I pushed the remix button, and this was the number one top of the thing for the remix button, marketing strategies for small businesses. I'm like, hey, cool. So,
all right. So, and then there's 10 subtopics?
Yeah, I said, hey, please create 5 to 10 subtopics for the first one, and it did. I'm like, that's crazy.
So the top one is content marketing. I think we've covered content marketing already, but
We did, but I mean, like super briefly, make stuff that your people would, read or watch or listen to, and then put it out there. And if you put it out there enough times, people will go, "Hey, that looks cool. Maybe I'll do business with that person one day."
so I think we kind of went over this before, and I asked the same question, but but I'm kind of running into it again. What percentage of your content should be self-promotion, and what percent should be either useful or enjoyable without necessarily promoting your product specifically? Is there a hard and fast ratio?
It depends on the nature of your space, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's like an obsessive compulsive type space, like gambling, like trading, like Forex, like any of those things, you can hammer them all day long and they don't care. There's like, give me more, give me more, give me more, right? Mm-hmm. But if it's something like, building birdhouses, like the AI thought we were doing, then you don't want to just slam them with birdhouses all day long every day, because it gets boring after a while, right? So, and birdhouses are, usually they're pretty chill people who make birdhouses. So you don't want to make it like all day long. So a good ratio would be 1 out of 4 typically to pitch. And I usually follow the pattern.
One pitch.
Content, pitch, content. This is the pattern I follow.
Content. Okay, so 1 out of 4 is.
Yeah, well, one part out of 4. So 1 part pitch, 3 parts content. Now realize that we talked about the 365 method, I think last week or the week before, and that was like constant daily posts. Now, if you're going to push that hard with daily posts, then maybe 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10 should be a pitch, right? If you're posting pictures of food or birds or whatever the hell else you want to post pictures of, right?
Okay. All right. So I don't think the AI realized we already covered this extensively, so we won't go into that too much.
Yeah. All good.
Next, we have my bread and butter, search engine optimization. That's what I've been doing day in and day out for, a total of 5 years now, with a minor break in the middle there, right. Running a coffee shop and other activities. And yet I still feel like I barely scratched the surface of this one.
I've been doing it for 20 years. I feel like I learn something new every other week. I'm like, hey, you can do this? Oh crap! Never thought you could. Never thought you could optimize your phone number. I'm like, oh, okay, never thought of that. Right.
Well, see, if you feel like you don't know it all, then I don't feel so bad feeling like I don't know it all.
Oh man, every week there's something new, and Google's like, oh yeah, by the way, we made this new thing. Oh great.
Okay, but what should people know if you're a business owner who has no idea about this stuff and their eyes glaze over when you say search engine optimization? What should they? What do they know at the top level?
So first things first, like just the bare minimum, like all SEO is content. So going back to step 1, but make it relevant to your business so that people can find you, right? If people can't find you, imagine walking down the street and all the stores were just blank and you had no idea what the hell the store sold. And you just have to stick your head in every single time. Hey, do you have cheese? Nope. You have cheese? Yep, you have cheese. Just you sell cheese? No? Okay. And so because you can't find what you're looking for, you go crazy, right? That's what SEO fixes, right? It's like, hey, we sell birdhouses. Come buy your birdhouse, bird feeder here, right? It's squirrel proof, we guarantee it, right? Or whatever, right? So when you talk about SEO, it's make some content, and like SEO boiled down is real simple. Have some content that talks about your stuff. Have some other people that agree with you and point to your content. The end.
That's it, eh?
As simple gets. Obviously, we can deep dive. I have a 700-step standard operational procedure that we use the SEO crap, but
just note to self, get hands on Earl's 700-step program.
I gotta find it. The VAs have it now. So
there's but I mean there's a first step in like I always usually the first step is, I keep taking more and more basic. The first step is to have a business that is going to work as an online business.
Your SEO, first thing on SEO is, do people care and do people search for the damn thing? So
right,
like here's a dirty question. When was the last time you searched for financial planner? Yeah, exactly. Never ever. The 12th of never.
Yeah, because right? you ask for a referral for the financial planner usually.
Yeah, usually you ask for a trusted referral from a friend, right? So SEOing for a financial planner, terrible idea, Worst thing you could ever do. But people always search for retirement planning, retirement goals. How do I save for retirement? What should I do to save for retirement? People search for that all day long. So if you look at search volumes for these things, those things will go through the roof. Financial planners, crickets. So before you start doing SEO and a bunch of stuff, make sure people give a crap, right? So go look at the search volumes, making sure anyone cares, and then start SEOing for it. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of crickets, very fancy crickets that cost you a lot of money.
So I'm going to sneak some advice from you here right now, because I've actually got a client that I'm sort of putting together a proposal for, or at least some advice as to how to proceed. Now, this is an interesting one because their company is a kind of I don't know what you want to call it, like an environmentally / financially sound demolition service, where you've got a building that you're going to renovate or completely rebuild. You're going to demo it, but there's a lot of valuable material in there that usually just goes to the dump. So this company shows up and actually demolishes it, but removes that stuff, the metal, and recycles it, and the wood, repurposes it, like, what I mean, like takes it apart in a way that is environmentally responsible, because it doesn't just go into a landfill, it gets reused.
Right.
But it's a new sort of thing, and no one's necessarily searching for that concept, right?
Correct. So what you can do is you search for the components that build the concept. So people are always looking for environmentally friendly things. People are always looking for ways to save money on grants and bursaries. So if you use these guys, does this qualify for like green funds for this and that and everything else? Maybe I can get half of it paid for free, right? Oh, awesome, right? So there's ways to go about doing that, right? So when you can't take the thing head on, like eco-efficient demolishing, because I'm pretty sure that has a search volume of exactly 0. So, so when nobody cares, what you do is you want to rank for demolishing and then switch them once they get there. You want to rank for eco-friendly, whatever, then go, oh, did you know that you can do this, right? So that way you can still pull traffic. Now, the problem is that should be a secondary way for them to drive business, because no one's searching for it. That means no one's looking for it, right? So there's only 2 things that you can do. You can do search and you can do interrupt, right? So now you got to switch gears. Think about it on Facebook. Think about it on LinkedIn. Think about it on other stuff other than Google, which is weird coming from a Google guy. But so if you're not searching for it, then you need to be interrupted.
And then you're talking paid advertising, which is 2 more steps down in our AI generated topic for today.
Yeah, actually, fair enough. There you go.
Right. Okay, cool. So let's move on. Like each one of these could be a show. We could actually get AI to break each of these into 10 topics.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just riff off these 10, and then if you want to, we can drill down on whatever we want.
Yeah, I wonder if you just keep going, like, break that up into 10 topics. Break that up into 10 topics. Eventually, it's like, what are we gonna? The alphabet? Like, I don't know what it's gonna like. What's at the bottom of topics? Ultimately,
it's like what's at the center of a Tootsie Roll? Pop or
no one knows. That wise owl didn't even know.
He just did it because he cheated.
Yeah, which is wise if you think about it.
Yeah.
So next is email marketing. This sounds like boomer shit right here. Like, email marketing. Yes.
Oh man, email marketing
it's still a thing. Yeah. Sounds like I recall working in my father's email mill back in '04.
Where I had to.
You're telling me it's still that.
Both ways.
Yeah. I mean, if the number of promotional emails I get in my email inbox every day is any indication, then it's still valid. Actually, I just yesterday, because I was looking at different things and trying some different things, and so I had a whole bunch of stuff that I'd signed up for, and I was getting marketing emails in my inbox every day. And I finally was like, okay, actually, I'm going to go through, and the things I definitely don't need, like I've chosen a different service, I'm going to unsubscribe from those. And then I was really disappointed this morning to wake up and check my email, and there wasn't a single email in my inbox.
I don't know. It was pretty funny. Some people swear by inbox 0. Other people are like, I don't trust people with 0 on their inbox. So it was just like,
no, talking about, I've still got like 20,000 or whatever. I'm just saying there wasn't anything coming in.
Right. Got it. So email marketing absolutely still works. We get distracted in this day and age more than ever from anything, right? So anything that you can do to remain top of mind, if it's sending an email, sending a text message. At this point, I think like a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal would actually completely stand out from everybody else. So, but yeah, email marketing absolutely still works, because what's the cost you to send an email? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So
did I send you that? I posted a meme in the group. I didn't get as much response as I thought I was going to do, but I thought it was hilarious. It wasn't even a meme. I guess it was a comic. I mentioned before, but the comic, there's a guy in the shower. He's showering away, and you see this shadow of a person loom up against the shower curtain.
okay.
You know, like in Psycho,
like
right?
Psycho, yeah.
Yeah. And then the shadow just puts something down on the counter and runs out. And the guy comes out of the shower and looks on the counter, and there's a little card that says, need a home security service.
Right. There you go.
So that's an interrupt.
I think I would have laughed harder if it was we tried to contact you, but your car is under warranty.
Yeah. But that's an interrupt, right? That's I guess the trick with email is cutting through the noise, right? Like the inbox noise.
It's adding to the clutter. It's adding to the clutter. Believe it or not, it's adding to the clutter. Yeah. You have to cut through the noise, but it's going to be really hard because I get a gajillion emails every single day, all day long, right? So
yeah,
if I just, because I get notifications for emails when my notifications are turned on. So if it goes ding, hey, did you buy the buttercloth shirt yet? Oh yeah, I've been meaning to buy one of them. It reminds me.
Actually, I just realized something while you said it, saying that. When you have an email in your inbox, it might be something important. So you are obligated to check the subject line of every email that comes in your inbox.
Right.
Because it might be important.
Pretty much.
So
email marketing still works, especially when you use cheeky subject lines like final notice. They go, what bill didn't I pay? Oh, final notice, the sale is going to go away next Thursday.
Yeah. One thing, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, they send you stuff like, I guess we'll just delete this if you don't want it. And you're like, wait, what's going on?
Takeaway close, classic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, email marketing, keep it up is what you're saying. Yeah. Low cost, high reward. What's a good ratio if you send out 100 emails? What's a good ratio of response on that?
Well, here's the thing. How much does it cost you for the emails? Was the question. If it made you one sale, what's your answer? Do it again.
Right. So you might even send it, like if you've got, say, a modest email list of 500 people, you might send out 6 emails to all 500 people without a single response, but then it didn't cost you anything but a bit of time. So then if you get a fifth one, still going to be worth it, right?
And if you structure your message properly, you're not always harassing them to buy stuff. Sometimes you're just giving them cool information.
Right.
And then sometimes they're like, hey, cool. Hey, the next time somebody asks for, hey, how do I use AI to grow my business? You put some little funky AI link in there and they're like, hey, this guy is really awesome. Dan sent me this cool thing.
All right. I like that. This is really taking up time here. Yeah, like I said, I think we should try breaking each one of these up for next time. Or what's just out of curiosity, I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but what's next week's topic according to AI? Networking for business growth. Oh, we should have done that. We should have done this because of the boat.
We have to spin the wheel though.
Oh, we got to spin the wheel, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should have done networking for business growth today because the boat's tomorrow. But
I don't know what next week's is going to be.
So. All right. Well, next time I like this one, influencer marketing. This is fun.
Influencer marketing is real simple. You've got some influencer who already has your target audience in front of them, right? Like an awesome one is mommy blogs, right? Because for whatever reason, when you become a mommy, people want to blog. Don't know why. It just is. It's just one of those things. My wife became a blogger for like a whole 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're at home with the baby.
She's at home with the baby. Nothing else to do. Let's review stuff. So she knew strollers inside, outwards, and backwards, right? And my only stipulation for the stroller was how fast could I open and close this damn thing, and how well could it corner? Because if I'm running around with the kid, if I corner it as badly, the kid's gonna go like this, and Daddy will look stupid. So,
and how good is the beer holder?
Yeah, there you go. Does it have a cup holder, and can it corner well? Why? No reason.
Yeah. Can you? My question would be: can you stick a hockey card in the spokes to make a cool
Oh.
motorcycle sound?
Yeah,
Like that's
entertain
an
the
important
children at the same
consideration.
time. Of course, I wonder if that would entertain the dads and the children equally. I think it would.
Who knows? But okay, so sorry, yeah. So influencer marketing, back on track. We got off of
So
mommy blogging.
influencer marketing is just going after people who already have your target audience. So if a mommy blogger has something and you have some thing for kids, you go after the mommy bloggers, and then now you have instead of paying for one click, you've paid for one group, and that group might have 100,000 other mommies in it.
Right. So what's your approach to the blogger? Because I'm sure they get approached all the time, right?
Oh, it's real simple. Here is a free sample of a thing I have. Cool.
Hmm.
Here's one for you and one for one of your people. Give this away. To enter the contest, like and follow you, like and follow me, and whatever else I want to make them jump through a hoop for.
Right.
The influencer likes it because they get more followers, right?
Yeah.
And then if you want to be sneaky about it, tag a friend, and now you just doubled your outreach. Ta-da!
Right. That's a good one.
Influencer
And then
gets more reach, you get more reach.
And then I remember you telling me that you award the winner, but then you also contact all the losers, quote unquote,
And
and
you give
offer
them a
them
coupon.
a discount code. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Influencer marketing in a nutshell. Works like a hot damn. It still works to this day. I just did this for another group like a week ago. And it's like, oh wow, Earl, this is great. I've been teaching this for like years, right?
Bada bing. All right. Yeah, I remember reading, I forgot where I read it. It was such a great quote. They said, focus on things that don't change.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone's always chasing the latest thing, but it's like, word of mouth, that's never going to change. Hearing from someone you trust that something is good, that's never going out of style. In fact, I think it's going to get more into style the more fake AI stuff is out there.
Well, I mean, I just showed you these AI built websites. It makes fake testimonials like magically. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. So testimonials online are going to become worth nothing at all. All right. Charging ahead. What does AI have for us next? Paid advertising, PPC.
Just pay for clicks. That's all there is to it. Pay for clicks. That's what you're paying for. You paid for the click shows up. Make sure your site is enough to capture their information so you can bring them back and then sell them stuff.
So what are some great ways to screw up pay-per-click? How can you do it wrong?
Bid on keywords that aren't buying material. So I'll give you an example. There was one customer that dealt in mailing. So they did custom mailing for people. So if you wanted to custom mail somebody a coffee mug or whatever, something weird. So lumpy mail still works, right? But their number one thing that was on their site that was driving the most amount of traffic was the postage rates. And the problem is that meant they didn't buy anything from these people. They were just looking up at the postage rate. Hey, how much is a stamp? That was the number one thing. And for some stupid reason, in their infinite wisdom, the marketing department that was in charge of this thought, hey, this is our best performing page. We should drive more traffic to it.
Yeah. Even though people just go there and look up the cost of
That's it.
Really, a person who's looking up the cost of a stamp is probably doing
what?
They're going to hire someone. What?
Your audio is cutting out. Your audio is cutting out. If someone you put bunny ears on your head, I think it'll increase the signal, and then you'll get
Right. Someone looking up the cost of a stamp is probably doing their own mailing. They're not going to hire a mail service anyway.
Right. So that was the worst thing you could possibly put your PPC to. Like, why would you do? Why would you set your ad budget on fire? There's way more fun things you can do to burn money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Pablo Escobar burnt $2 million to keep his kid warm one time. Do you know that? You heard that story?
I heard that story.
They were in a cold cabin and he got a bale of $2 million, just threw it on the fire.
Yep.
And so someone in the comments said, my dad would have thrown me on the fire to keep $2 million warm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure your per click is targeting actual buying persons.
Well, yeah, make sure that there's like some sort of, buying intent. So if there's no buyer's intent on the cost per click, why are you buying it?
Right. Is there a, like, do you have to be clever and try to avoid, like, you might want to try to avoid competing head on with the people who are with the big bucks. Like, you want to try and find words that aren't as competitive.
I love competing head on with the guys with the big bucks.
How do you
What
do that?
happens? Because what happens is that once their big bucks are done and the ad spend is over, they're paying, let's call it $30 a click. If I'm bidding, let's call it $18 for the same click, once all their clicks are served, hey, it's Earl's turn. So I get them at a fraction of the price.
So they find that you won't show up for the first 2 weeks of the month, and then the last gets all you.
Sure, yeah. Or sometimes they have a X spend per day. Cool. So I just make sure all their clicks are done, and then my turn.
Do you have to time that, or that just happens automatically?
It just happens automatically on the bidding system.
Because you just bid low and wait for them to be done.
That's pretty much it.
This is good stuff. We should do a whole episode on pay-per-clicks.
Sure. I'm just following the new robot
exactly.
masters. Like this.
We should stop.
This is what the AI asks for. I'm going to deliver so that they don't eat me first.
We should stop deciding if this is right or wrong and just follow AI blindly.
Well, because what terrifies me is the other day I was reading some articles and like there's this new machine that's for war that can take dead bodies and use them for fuel, and I'm like,
oh god, yeah. I've read that. It's like
the Terminators are here, so whatever the AI says, yes sir, no sir, hot dog, I will give it whatever it wants. Please don't eat me.
That's the most like dystopian thing you've ever heard. Killer robot runs on dead bodies. Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ.
And now we're giving it like facial recognition and AI and all sorts of crazy. It's like, oh, that's good. Yeah, whatever you want in the podcast, yes sir.
Yeah. Of course, facial recognition and guns mounted on drones is a pretty scary one as well.
No, facial recognition with explosives mounted on drones because they're cheap.
Kamikaze drones.
Yeah. All it does is ram into, hey, I recognize that face, boom. And Elon Musk talked about this on one of his podcasts when he was featured on. He's like, yeah, there's enough AI right now to cause chaos with the stuff in this room. And I'm like, oh, I have a couple of drones in this room. Wow, I could scrap my couple of iPhone cameras. I have a couple of firecrackers.
Yeah, he's like, they don't have to invent anything new. They can do it right now. And that's horrifying. But putting our heads back in the sand, except referral marketing. What is referral marketing?
Referral marketing is exactly what you said earlier. Hey, Dan, who should I use for a dry cleaner?
So this isn't online technology. This is actually having human beings recommend stuff to other people.
Marketing strategies for small business don't all have to be online. Who knew?
Yeah, I got to get my head around that. So obviously the best way to get referral marketing, or the best foundation for referral marketing, is delivering a quality product or service that people like. If
you had a half-ass quality or service product, if you're the only game in town, they have no choice, right?
Okay, but let's say you're a financial planner,
right?
So that the foundation would be being a good financial planner. But is there then a way?
Half decent. You don't even have to be great; just have to be okay.
Just don't stink. The worst thing you can do is do a bad job enough where they're going to tell all their friends about what a bad job.
But yeah, I'm making a point though. Like you don't even have to be good; you just have to be okay, right? And when people go, hey, who set up your will, or who set up your blah blah blah, your retirement fund, or blah blah blah. Well, this guy did it, and the market tanked, and we just tanked, mid-size compared to everybody else who tanked hard, right?
Right. So okay, but beyond delivering at least an acceptable level of service,
just having a systematic methodology. It's on.
Would you let me finish the question, before you figure out what I'm saying? Let me get the question. How do you up your referrals once you've already delivered them a good service?
You systemize the referral system. The same answer. You systemize the referral system. Systemize it.
I know it's the same answer. You just cut me off because you figured out what I was asking you before I finished asking you.
Well, because most people don't have a systemized referral process. You use this horrible marketing strategy called hope.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they give me a referral. Did you ask them? No. Great. It's like,
so what's the system?
Ask.
What?
How many times did you ask? That's it. So, hey, did you like what we did? Yeah. Do you know anybody else who wants this? Great. It's on your business card. It's on your website. It's on your desk. It's on the door of your office. You have a system that when you do this service for the client, you send them a thank you card, and the thank you card has a request for a referral. It could be as archaic and old and busted as you want, but you just have to have a system, because most people have zero system. And then they wonder, how come no one sends me referrals? They even ask their clients, did you like me? Yes. Would you send me a referral? Yes. How come you haven't sent me a referral yet? Because you haven't asked me for one.
You never ask.
It's terrible. And I've literally asked this of real businesses, and it's because they just don't ask. And I'm like, oh, wow. And some of the ones who do ask, I'm like, how many times did you ask? Once, twice. Man, you got to treat your customers like children. How many times you got to tell your kid to clean a table? At least 12.
Once, twice, 3 times a referral.
Right, there you go.
So what do you think about this? Now, I know a guy who was a veterinarian, and he trained on veterinarianisms in the United States.
All right.
And down there, he learned, for referrals, you say, if you refer someone to us, we'll give you a commission on their first service or whatever. He came up to Canada and told people this, and he found in Canada, people were like, oh, I don't want a commission. I just, they feel people are uncomfortable taking the commission for the referral. They just do it out of the goodness of their heart or whatever. What have you encountered as far as that goes?
You don't make the offer for the commission, you just pay it. Don't entice them with the commission. And if they don't accept the commission, buy them lunch. If you don't understand, like I know most of my clients what their favorite food is. I know what their hobbies are. I know what they're into. Right? So I would just buy them something that made their life better with the commission. So, because
right, and then they're sort of so stunned. They weren't expecting it. They're now so stunned to shut up. They're suddenly going, geez, I should refer more to Earl.
That's the trick. Right. And
Earl's
just getting to know people, it builds the rapport, it builds the relationship, it builds that connection deeper. And it's still the tax deduction. Right. Now I know you like food and you like exploring new food places. Right.
How dare you?
So because you keep commenting on the food porn I keep posting on Instagram. You're like, hey, that place looks great. I'm like, cool. So one of our meetings, want to go there? Absolutely, sure. There you go. You're happy. I'm happy. We both get to eat. We both get to post it on social media. Oh, one of the customers 3 years from now will post on that picture and go, hey, how come you brought Dan there, not me? You want to go?
Let's do it. All right, we're running short of time here. Let's charge ahead. Local marketing.
Local marketing is real simple. Put up posters. So
I
made millions of dollars.
What are you, a caveman?
Putting up posters at every local coffee shop. And I've told this to people, and they're like, that's it. And then they refuse to do it. In the coaching and consulting space, I only need 4, 6, 8 clients tops to make enough money to live. How many coffee shops do I have to bombard with posters? 5, 10, 20, who cares? How much does 20 posters? Nothing.
How do you get the coffee shop to agree to put it up?
You ask nicely, then you buy a coffee. Or for better results, you buy a coffee, then you ask nicely.
Yeah. Son of a gun, can I put...
That's it. I kid you not. Dan, if you put up, local handcrafted websites by Dan the Man, just post that in the coffee shops, and you'll never know who's walking into these things.
Locally sourced, artisanal, handcrafted websites.
Yes, absolutely. And I would laugh. I would laugh, and then I would call or scan the damn QR code.
That's good. I'm literally writing that down right now.
There you go. Locally sourced, artisanal, handcrafted websites by your friendly neighborhood website builder.
Picture of me with a beard and like an axe and like a flannel shirt.
Guaranteed Canadian.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's
100%
gold, my friend.
Canadian built.
That is gold.
Just make sure you have a bunch of Canadian stuff in front of you, like Canadian flag, a poutine, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Riding a moose. The Poutine Festival's coming up, by the way.
with a hockey stick and everything. Yeah, there you go. Our next meeting, one of these days before the meeting, we're going to do the poutine thing. That'd be great.
What's the dates on the Poutine Festival? February 1st to 14th.
Well, we're going to figure that out then.
The Poutine Festival.
And that happens tomorrow. So yeah, figure it out.
To our American viewers, you're missing out. All right. I said we were charging on and we started talking about poutine and we just got totally sidetracked. Posters for local marketing. What a concept.
Yeah.
Branding and brand awareness.
Just post stuff on the internet. Make sure you have damn posters. Ta-da.
Video marketing. There's a subject and a half.
So video marketing, but we can make it quickly. We can make it super quickly. Most people think that you have to spend gazillions of dollars on video marketing. What are you and I doing right now?
I don't know. Making a
video marketing. That's it. What did we spend on this? A Zoom account that costs $8 a month. And we're using Restream right now to post it on all the other platforms. That costs, I don't know, $20 a month, whatever.
This piece of paper.
That piece of paper. There you go.
And a felt marker.
There's video marketing. And what fancy cameras are we using today?
The fanciest. I of course have upgraded mine from my computer's webcam to my phone's selfie cam.
And here's my phone selfie cam. Ta-da! You already have one. That's it. Video marketing doesn't have to spend a gazillions of dollars. It's better if you spend more to have better production quality and better camera quality and blah, blah, blah. Then that way, every time I went like this and hit my head against the green screen, it wouldn't show up. So, but video marketing doesn't have to be spectacular, right? It doesn't have to always break the bank. Right?
Yeah, you got those, those car ads from the 90s, Crazy Olaf's car emporium or whatever, and
right,
crappy quality and no production value, the bare minimum of editing, and yet everyone would talk about them the next day.
That's all there is to it, right?
Remember the captain? Remember the captain?
Yeah, I do.
We're showing our age there. I met that guy one time, but the Captain's buy and sell store where he buys and sells things fairly. Aye, and goodbye.
There you go.
Absolute garbage quality video. Everyone in town knew him.
Yeah. There you go.
And then lastly, in the last moments before, then we'll have the hack of the week. Mobile marketing.
Mobile marketing is as simple as texting people. Hey, you like our stuff? Text here for a discount. Text here for a coupon. Text here to be invited or included to the next event.
But you got to be clear to do that, like under Canada's anti-spam laws. Like you can't just shoot out broad text, right?
You just have to ask them permission first. But there you go.
You've captured their phone number.
Yeah, other mobile marketing is buying ads on mobile apps and then having it show to people who look at ads on mobile apps. That works too.
What happened to those little broadcasting pods that would send up the messages?
Oh, Google turfed them.
That's a bummer.
So, too many people were doing bad things with them.
Tisk. But who saw that? Well, we all knew that was coming.
Well, the problem was a child would walk past an adult store.
Right.
And, naturally there's an age, like an age, thing that's like, hey, are you 18? It's like, yes. And then it shows explicit material. I'm like, well, you can't just do that on someone's phone when they're crossing the street. So that's kind of probably what turfed it. So
makes sense. Okay. And then hack of the week. So this week's hack of the week is actually get AI to write your hack of the week. That's the actual hack of the week. But AI's hack of the week is, where is it actually? Hang on. So you tell me.
So I asked ChatGPT from the previous request, which was the break it down into 10 subtopics, write one hard-hitting tip for marketing for small businesses that should be the highlight of the podcast show. And its answer was, and here's the hack of the week asked for ChatGPT, One hard-hitting tip for marketing for small businesses is to focus on building relationships with your customers through personalized and targeted marketing efforts. So just like we talked about, like, here is your referral fee in the form of a hamburger, right? Here's your referral fee in the form of a golf outing, right? And then by understanding your target audience and delivering relevant, valuable content to them, you can establish trust and loyalty. That's what we just talked about on content marketing, ultimately leading to increased customers' engagement and sales. And that's terrifying because that is the truth. It actually works. And this is all 100% non-organic, machine written.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm sure it's full of GMOs somehow.
Yeah. Genetically modified content.
There you go. But that's it. Like that's crazy. I can't believe we had the show decided, the show notes decided, and the damn hack of the week decided all by AI. So
just don't ask it to ask you stupid questions, because then you won't need me anymore.
There you go. But it doesn't have the cultural refinery that you do, sir. When I quote such powerful people like Chappelle, and you go, hey, I know that one.
You say yes sir hot dog, and I know that's Apu from The Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. see, that's the AI can't do that. At least for probably a good while yet. At least not the publicly facing ones.
Speeding up though, it's doing that Skynet thing of learning of the geometric rate that scares me.
Oh yeah, that's true. But for the first few iterations, the fancy AI thing was hot dog or not a hot dog. Remember that?
Yeah. No.
That was just AI's like, hey, this is a hot dog? No, that's a slipper. Right.
Not to get too philosophical on you, but there's something people don't they miss when they talk about AI. First of all, is this really AI? Because all it's doing is actually just crunching the available data on the internet. Like it couldn't do this thinking if it wasn't connected into the internet and able to search through the databases, right?
But it's the artificial intelligence is the language parsing. It looks at the language, looks at the question, figures out what the user wants, tries its best with the subset of data it has access to, which is the internet. Yeah. And then it tries to give you back an answer on it. So there's intelligence in there, because it's not just, find me this, right? Because the intelligence here is that it pulls that, it pulls what the answer, it's like a search engine to the next degree, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is also hilarious because this is all open AI, which is now being, completely taken over by Microsoft. And if you look at Microsoft's search engine, Bing, if this is what Bing is going to be later, it's going to be the best awesome thing in the world. But right now, currently, the most searched thing on Bing is Google.
Right. I saw that.
So how the tables have turned.
But just people always they always worry, oh well, it's going to become smarter than us and then it's going to take over. But the thing you got to realize is AI might get really smart in its ability to parse language and with answers and stuff, but it's never going to actually want to do anything. It's not going to be interested in taking over humanity, because it's never going to cross that bridge to actually desiring anything, because that's a trait of a living thing, that a simulation. Like, it always bugged me. It didn't always bug me. I never noticed when I was a kid, but if I've gone back and watched episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation, Data's whole thing was he's emotions, right? He's like, I was programmed to be artificially intelligent, but I don't have any emotions, and I really want to have some emotions.
He's just now, fancy Pinocchio, or fancy, what the hell is it, Scarecrow from the
Yeah, but it's like, when you think about it, wanting emotions is an emotion, right? If he desires emotions, if he desires anything, that would indicate he has a sort of sadness that he doesn't have.
Maybe just not the ability to process those things that he wishes he could process. But like, the thing is, that just goes back to the grass is always greener on the other side, no matter what you do, right? Like, he's already a freaking android, can compute math at ridiculous rates, but wishes he could sing to a cat.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, wishing is an emotion. It's a desire for something. It's sadness that you don't have something. and a
Right.
thought of happiness if you get something.
Right.
So he's already got something.
Right.
So he's already got an emotion there. So the whole show is him trying to find emotion when he's already got it. Maybe
circular logic, but
that should have been the
this is
lesson.
also- there you
Data,
go.
you've had emotions within you all along. You just had to click your heels together.
3 times and make a wish and wear ruby slippers.
Yeah, we're getting off into weird territory here. We should probably just wrap up the show.
Yeah, I think that's like, yeah. When we start mentioning data, word slippers, and like, you know, Star Trek, I think that's dead as a doorknob at that point.
Yeah. Just kidding. AI told us to talk about data. We were instructed by our overlords.
Robot overlords, that's their hero. That's the poster on their bedroom or on the wall. So yeah.
All right, let's just hit the outro. AI, is it time to go outro yet? Please
Can
let
we
us
go
know.
now? All right, there
We
we,
don't
go.
think
Hey,
anymore.
AI.
Are we free to go?
There we go.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.
Till next time, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Earl.
Cheers, everybody. All right.